All right, so as you can see, going single turbo, man. Big 6466 Precision Turbo, Gen 2 kit. Yep. We got the 335D, D for diesel, charge pipe. We got a 335D coolant tank reservoir, so it can sit in there better. Manifold, downpipe exhaust, recirc valve, recirc. We got the water pipe, intercooler piping, It's for the relocation of the, water, coolant tank. So basically, I already took everything out. I already got the the twin turbos out. I already took out everything. I had the full bolt-on kit. I had inlets, outlets, down pipes. I got a charge pipe right here. I'm gonna take off too as well. I got this. I think, is this a real HKS? No, it's not real. eBay HKS blow-off valve. Yeah, so this install about to start. Right now, I'm about to do the block offs for the engine block. Take off all these oil lines and coolant lines from the twins. We're gonna go from there. I'm gonna jack this motherfucker up right quick. We're gonna go from there. So what I did was take off the motor mount from the passenger side. I can jack the car up a little bit more though, to be honest. And I just took out the twins. I wish I could have showed y'all the process of me taking out the twins, but it's not bad, honestly. It's pretty sweet. Right now I'm just gonna take off these lines and all that and plug them with these block offs I got. And we're gonna go from there. All right, so as y'all can see, I got all the lines, oil lines and coolant lines out. You literally can do all this shit from up top and down bottom. Just jack the engine up. I got a jack down there with the engine on it. Let me show y'all how it looks from under. So from underneath, it's clear, no lines. Now I'm finna plug all these holes with the block offs, stuff like that. This one, that one at the bottom down there, and one up top. So it's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go ahead and put them on. I'm gonna go from there. All right, all the block offs are in, tighten down. I'm missing the bolt right there. Don't mind that. It's stripped off in the inside, but it's good. Yeah, so all the block offs are in. Got the oil feed, oil drain, oil feed, coolant line right there. Block off right there. Coolant block off. Block off again for, I think, oil block off. Coolant block off, coolant block off. So yeah, now we're ready to install the exhaust manifold. All right, so right now I'm just installing the exhaust manifold. We're gonna go ahead and put this turbo on top and see how it fit. I removed the windshield wiper sprayer shit because I'm gonna need that space for this. And we'll go from there. All right, this is how we're looking so far. I got the turbo manifold on, the exhaust manifold on. Got the turbo on top just to see how we're looking so far. And we're looking pretty good. I can honestly say this is not a hard process. I'm using basic tools, no power tools to do this. And it's coming right along, I swear to God. We're not done yet, but we getting somewhere. We got a couple more parts to put on. We gotta relocate this coolant tank over here and shit like that. But other than that, we smooth so far. We smooth. All right, so what I done did so far is put the turbo on, put the lines on, put the intercooler piping on, and now I'm putting the down pipe on. It just, clamps on, so we'll be good from there. And what I'm gonna do next is put on this recirc pipe on, And then it's the exhaust, and I think I'm gonna start trying to see if I can start relocating this coolant tank. It might be a part 2 to this because I think I need to go get some stuff and I don't want to finish this today. But I am gonna put this turbo on to make sure everything clamped down. But part 2 would be me relocating these coolant tank and all that. And then we're gonna start up, put some oil, put some coolant, prime the turbo. This shit is really the easy ass process. I'm not gonna lie, y'all can do this. All right, so right now I put on the wastegate. I just put on the wastegate. I put on the down pipe. I got the recirc pipe right here, recirculating pipe right here. I'm gonna put it on right here. Then put on the down pipe. Put on the exhaust pipe, and then we be done with the turbo install. But you know, we're not done with the what that shit called? We're not done with the relocating part. So that's gonna be a part 2. This shit's sweet though. I'm gonna post this as a part 1, and then the part 2 gonna be the recirculator. I keep on saying recirculator. The goddamn, what that shit called? Damn, I just said the shit. The fucking relocating the coolant tank and shit like that. Yeah, this shit sweet, man. It's nothing. As far as the bottom, everything is pretty much connected. I got the wastegate on, pipe on, exhaust on, O2 sensors on, exhaust manifold on, everything pretty much on. All right, so here we go. Part 2, relocating the shit. How we looking so far though? It's not all the way done yet, as you can see. I don't even got my oil cap all the way on because I ain't even put oil and nothing in there yet. But I do have oil and coolant ready to go in. But so far what we have done is obviously put the turbo on, all the piping and all that. We put on the 335D charge pipe, the 335D coolant tank. And then what we're gonna do, we are gonna start, I had to put, what's the name on, so I had to take that off, the intercooler piping from the turbo. I had to put the wastegate on down there. I had to take this, wait 1 second, hold up. All right, so what I did was, first of all, I went down here and I cut off this hose from the original side of the coolant tank. I cut it and I went to AutoZone and I fitted, I think this is a 1/2 inch hose. And I got a pretty long size just to be safe. It's about 6 feet worth, but I know I don't need that much. And I also went to Home Depot to grab some fittings, which I think I fucked up at because these are 1/2 inch, but I think I should have got 2 of these instead of 2 of these. Because what I'm gonna do is, obviously I'm gonna put this right here, swoop it all the way over, but I need another one to go what is it, like this, so it can go straight in like that. But I don't want to backtrack, and I'm not finna backtrack, so we're gonna make this work with what we got, which is 3 of these. So what I'm gonna try to do is go ahead and put 1 in here and try to get it to turn, but I don't want it to I might have to backtrack, I'm not gonna lie. I might have to go ahead and backtrack. I hate backtracking though. Now we're gonna make this work. I'm gonna show y'all. Hold up. All right, so this is what I had to do. I did not use the elbow. I made it work with both of the straight fittings instead of the elbow. So do what I did. As you can see, I went straight, cut a piece of that pipe. I made sure I see how the fan gonna sit in there, so I made sure I put it behind. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna get some zip ties, and I'm gonna zip tie to this AC line right here. But I didn't fasten it down yet, because I still, you know what I'm saying, make sure everything looking good. But I had to get rid of the 335D reservoir only because I did not want to backtrack. So with the 335D, this motherfucker will use like a whole inch hose instead of a 1/2 inch. And I didn't want to go back and go get a 1/2 inch. I mean a whole inch hose this here. You feel me? They go straight on there. But this is a ½ inch. So I said, fuck that. I'm gonna see how this original, what's the name, sit on here. And it sit pretty well. I don't care to see how it look or whatever. So I just put it right there behind the charge pipe. And that is how we see it so far. Straight fitting, straight fitting. Put it right there. All right, so I got the coolant tank wiring already wired up. I wish I would have showed y'all what I did, but I can just tell y'all it's super simple. What I did was get an old charger, like computer charger or something like that, cut both ends, which is this end and like the charger port end. And I cut it to where I'm gonna wire this up. I'm gonna get some electrical tape and wire this up. I just cut it, cut the sensor off, spliced it together, like cut the charger off, wire it, took the little rubber off around it and wired it together like that. Boom, simple. And I ran it all the way across here. So basically, when that sensor was right here, I cut it. It was like right here. I cut it to a good enough length, and I cut this to a good enough length, and I wired, like just twisted them together and got the wire, ran it all the way over here, plugged it up right there, and it does work. That's simple, super simple. Just an old charger, like computer charger you don't use or something like that. You just cut it, boom, and you just put some electrical tape around it or something like that, which I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna leave it out like that, you know, that's a hazard. But yeah, so we got the tank relocated. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna touch this. I don't really care how this look, honestly. I don't really care how cute the inside of the N54 look that much. I don't really look decent, you know. But yeah, so we relocated all that, so that's smooth. It worked perfectly fine, and I'm gonna definitely zip tie all this together for sure, because when I put the fan in, I don't need it touching nothing. So yeah, that's where we at now. And I'm gonna give y'all the first startup in a second. Everything pretty much done. I am missing a clamp though. I'm missing a clamp for the recirculation pipe to the exhaust. It's like a little clamp that you hook up to be connected from that the pipe to the exhaust. But it's nothing really major. I can get it from AutoZone. I'm gonna go get it and I'm gonna just hook it up. But other than that, it's smooth. It's smooth. All right, so we're done with the install. I installed the max solenoid as well. Everything is installed. I have a couple things I want to change out, just like this. I just ordered the intercooler. It's a stepped 5.5 inch intercooler. I need the 7 inch, but it's okay. I'm gonna hook it back up and we're gonna start it up. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna start it up without it on. I don't have to have it on. So what we're gonna do right now is we're probably just gonna start it up and see what we got going on. I'm running no tune right now, so I'm gonna get a tune and we're gonna go from there after this startup though. But yeah, this is the install. This is the finale. I already put the coolant in. I primed it, primed the oil. I put water in here actually just to see if it was gonna leak out. I just poured water and there was no leaks. So I did, what's the name? What's the shit with the coolant? Y'all know what I'm talking about, bro. I can't even find the word, but y'all know what I'm talking about. So I did prime the turbo. I pulled all the injectors out and let it crank for like a minute. It got all the oil to the turbo and stuff like that. So now what we gotta do is just start it up. I got the boost solenoid in, all that, so we smooth.